that's what I've done that.
Call this regular meeting to order. Call roll.
Mayor Querom.
Here.
Councilmember Newman. Here. Gomez. Here. McCall. Here. McCransky. Here.
Please stand and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, to get us started, anybody have public comment? Janet? Okay. Go to approval of minutes and Commissioner Newman.
Thank you, Mayor. I move that we approve the minutes from our regular council meeting on November 21st, 2022.
Motion's been second. Comments? Call roll.
Councilmember Newman.
Aye.
Gomez.
Aye.
McCall.
Aye.
McCransky.
Aye.
Mayor Querom.
Aye. And go to approval invoices. City Clerk Nelson.
For this period, in the Department of Accounts and Finances, we have invoices totaling $57,732.69. In the Department of Streets and Public Improvements, we have invoices totaling $201,449.64. In the Department of Public Safety, we have invoices totaling $212,582.09. And in the Department of Public Property and Utilities, we have invoices totaling $682,877.35 for a grand total of $1,154,641.77. Mayor, all council members present have confirmed their reviews of all invoices and now are submitted for disposition.
Move that we approve the invoices as presented.
Second.
Motion's been second. Comments? Call roll.
Councilmember Newman.
Aye.
Gomez.
Aye.
McCall.
Aye.
McCransky.
Aye.
Mayor Querom.
Aye. And go to regular business and City Clerk Nelson.
Next on the agenda is the second and final reading of Ordinance O-22-022, naming a right-of-way as Ollie's Bargain Boulevard. Mayor, all council members have reviewed this ordinance and it is submitted for disposition.
I move that we approve ordinance O-22-022.
Second.
Motion's been second. Comments? Call roll.
Councilmember Newman.
Aye.
Gomez.
Aye.
McCall.
Aye.
McCransky.
Aye.
Mayor Querom.
Aye.
Next on the agenda is ordinance O-22-023. This is an ordinance levying taxes for corporate purposes for the fiscal year commencing on the first day of May of 2023 and ending on the 30th day of April 2024. Mayor, all council members have reviewed this ordinance and it is submitted for disposition. This is the first reading.
I move that we advance ordinance O-22-023 to the second reading.
Second.
Motion's been second. I want to turn this over to Teresa.
In addition to the ordinance verbiage that you have in your packet, I gave you the spreadsheet, which is what we work off of to help set the figures. You'll have last year's levy, the 2021 on there as well, so you can reference back. And then it does show the change in levy from one year to the next if you want to see that comparison. Next, to the left of that green column's got that figure. The biggest thing to point out as a difference for this year is our EAV increased 20%, which is significant. The county said that was probably one of the highest they've seen. That's good. It's bad. It depends on how you look at it. It means that we have a larger amount to pull the funds from. So that's good on our end. In comparison to other counties, just for your thoughts, if you think EAVs are increasing all over, Cook County's actually went down. Most counties have actually went down. Ours in this area have went up. So just means that we're moving houses and things are improving. The good part is we will not have to do a truth and taxation hearing, which means these are not going to be going over the 5% limit as an increase. Actually, if you look down at the bottom in the red column, or the red across the bottom there, you'll see an average tax bill will actually decrease for the property taxes from the city's end. Not your overall, we can't guarantee that. But from the city's end, there may be about a 12% drop there. So, because that's because of that large amount being pulled from that EAV pot of money. So
That's a 12% decrease in taxes paid to the city of Princeton.
And let me note on that, this is basing our budget on a 5% growth, which is a steady budget going from one year to the next is what we typically base this upon. So it is still accounting for some growth in our budget for expenditures and things like that. The other part to point out, which is really good news, is up in the pensions, you'll see in that green section the two numbers in there for police and fire, or your larger numbers there in the middle. Those are actually being funded at the fully recommended amount this year. Last year we were not able to do that. This year that is at the full recommended amount. So taking that into account, that's even better news for us. So if you do take out, I was talking to the mayor a little bit before the meeting, if you take those pensions out, our actual amount is not that much. It's, it does account for the largest portion there. So.
Well, and our portion of the total tax bill is a small piece of the total tax bill as well.
Correct. Yes. We do include the public libraries portion down there as well. So we do have to account for that amount of taxes being collected in our portion of that 5% for truth and taxation. So we do have to keep that in mind as well. Any questions on any of this?
Why weren't we able to fully fund our pensions last year?
Well, because of the costs going across the board, and if you want to avoid having to do the truth and taxation hearing, which means you're going to go above a 5% increase, but your budget's fairly stable, we felt we could cut those pensions back a little bit with revenue from, we were hoping from Perry Plaza to go into that pot of money. And we can still do that when we eventually sell Perry Plaza, but we can always put money into it.
Sure.
We were still funded above what that average amount that they said, the median of what our pension should have been, but we were still at that point, so we're still good, but just not at that max that they recommended.
And you're comfortable. It sounds like you...
Yeah, I was shocked. I wasn't quite sure what to expect this year, but when the county said the EAV, I went, oh, that's significant. So it's just showing things are going in the right direction, too. And if you keep in mind, some of our debt will be falling off this year as well, so that'll give us a little bit more, even more of a cushion on some of our projects that we have. We have a lot of capital things we still want to tackle. And obviously what we levy here for those categories does not come close to covering all of that expenditure, but it does cover a portion of it. Yeah.
Okay, great.
Any comments from the council? Okay, the ordinance has been seconded. Call roll.
Councilmember Newman.
Aye.
Gomez.
Aye.
McCall. Aye. McCransky.
Aye.
Mayor Querom.
Aye. Thank you, Pete. I'll go to city manager report.
Just two things I want to touch on that I didn't have on the agenda, but the codification project, as some of you have probably been on here long enough that you remember, we've been working through getting the code so we can look at it online, have everything all together. The draft has been submitted back to American Legal. They'll be sending back 5 physical copies of the code for us to look at one more time before it's loaded up online. They have all the ordinances, new ordinances dating back to 2016, so it'll be the most up-to-date version that we will have. And then I will recommend to them, you can do it monthly, you can do it annually, but we're going to probably try to keep it updated semi-annually. So any ordinances we get for 6 months, we'll submit it to them, and they'll keep it updated for us. So that's coming close.
And this is a process that got started when Rachel Skaggs was here as our city manager, probably in her second year. This has been a very long process. So.
It's one of the things we get asked about all the time, so it'll be nice to have this ready to go.
So in the future, a resident can access these codes and these ordinances online and retrieve information.
It should be a lot easier to search.
Oh, yeah.
How much do we have prior to 2016? Ordinances that haven't been updated, I guess is what I'm saying.
It was updated to that point.
It was up to that point. Okay, so includable.
Yeah.
Okay.
Second thing, we just had an update from Quint today on the garbage trucks. They are looking like it'll be February with the garbage trucks. So We'll have some discussions on whether we want to roll that whole process out in the middle of winter, or if we want to wait till the weather breaks a little bit. But we do have all of our garbage cans are in, our recycling cans are in, stickers are coming in for the garbage cans to put our logo on them. So it's all coming together. We're just waiting on the trucks.
Any comments? I have nothing under mayor's report. So any old business from the council tonight? Any new business? Public comment. Janet?
Still no.
Entertain a motion to adjourn and reconvene.
Okay, I move that we I move that we adjourn our regular meeting this evening and reconvene for our next council meeting on Monday, December 19th, 2022, 7 o'clock at City Hall.
Second call roll.
Councilmember Newman.
Aye.
Gomez.
Aye.
McCall.
Aye.
McCransky.
Aye.
Mayor Querem.
Aye. This meeting is adjourned, and thank you all for attending.
No, that's